December 7th, 2014 from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. It was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. These two teams used to actually be in the NFC Central back before they made it for divisions. But in this game, the Lions, they end up winning the toss. They elected to receive. They started off with the ball on their own 20. And on 3rd and 4 from the 26, Stafford hit Joique Bell for a 7-yard reception, a first down that brought the ball to the 33. Now on 3rd and 2 from the 41, Stafford hit Fauria for a 7-yard reception. Fauria was actually injured on the play. It was a first down for the Lions on the 48. Stafford then went to Golden Tate. He picked up 19 yards in the first down that brought the ball to the Tampa Bay 33. Their drive would end up stalling, though, as they end up with a 4th and 1 on the Tampa Bay 24. They went for it, and Joique Bell got stuffed for no gain. So the Lions turned the ball over on their first possession, the first possession of the game. And so now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to take over with 9 minutes left in the first quarter. They had it on their own 24, but the Detroit defense would force them to go 3 and out as they would punt from the 27. So now the Lions would take over on their own 30 with 8 minutes on the clock in the first. They were faced with a 3rd and 10 from the 30, and Matthew Stafford hit Calvin Johnson Jr. Megatron for a 21-yard reception and a first down that brought the ball to midfield into Tampa territory at the 49. So now on 3rd and 10 from the 49, Matthew Stafford hit the rookie Ebron for a 12-yard reception and a first down that brought the ball to the Tampa 37. Then on 2nd and 7 from the 34, Matthew Stafford went to Megatron for the 15-yard reception and the first down in the red zone at the Tampa Bay 19. Stafford then went to Golden Tate for a 13-yard reception and first down at the 6 as it was now 1st and goal. And on 2nd and goal from the 6, Matthew Stafford found Calvin Johnson Jr. Megatron for a 6-yard touchdown pass to put the first points on the scoreboard with the score Detroit 7, Tampa 0. So now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have the ball on their own 20 with less than 3 minutes left in the third. They're faced with the 2nd and 1 from the 29, and Josh McCown hit Vincent Jackson for an 8-yard reception and a first down that brought the ball to the 37. Then on 3rd and 2 from the 45, Josh McCown with the stalker. He picked up 4 yards in the first down at the 49. Then on 2nd and 10 from the 49, McCown went to Mike Evans, but he only picked up a yard as DeAndre Levy was there to tackle him and bring this first quarter to a close with the score Detroit 7, Tampa Bay 0. And so now the Buccaneers were faced with 3rd and 9 from the 50. Josh McCown then went to Sims. He picked up 24 yards in the first down that brought the ball into Detroit territory at the 26. But on 3rd and 10 from the 26, Josh McCown was sacked by Johnson for a 10-yard loss as the Detroit defense came up with a huge clutch play, and that would force the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to bring out the field goal unit as it was now 4th and 20 on the 36. Patrick Murray, it was up, it was good, 54 yards out. The Bucs were now on the scoreboard with the score Detroit 7, Tampa Bay 3. So now the Lions would take over, 13 and a half minutes left before halftime. They had it on their own 20, but on 3rd and 1 from the 29, Matthew Stafford was sacked by Smith, and so out would come the punting unit. And so now the Buccaneers would take over on their own 20 with 11 and a half minutes left before the intermission. And on 3rd and 10 from the 20, Josh McCown was intercepted by Glover Quinn as he gave the ball to the Lions in Detroit, in Tampa Bay territory in field goal range. 10 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. First down on the 34 for the Lions. And on 2nd and 10 from the 34, Matthew Stafford found Calvin Johnson Jr. Megatron for a 17-yard reception and first down that brought the ball into the red zone on the Tampa Bay 17 for Detroit. Then on 3rd and 3 from the 10, Matthew Stafford went to Reggie Bush. He picked up 3 yards in the first down at the 7. As it was now 1st and goal, Joique Bell then ran it for 5 yards. It was now 2nd and goal on the 2. Joique Bell then ran it for another yard, and now on 3rd and 1, 3rd and goal from the 1. Joique Bell ran it in for a yard out for the touchdown. He ain't no Joique, he's Joique Bell. And it was now Detroit 14, Tampa Bay 3. And so now the Buccaneers would take over with 6 minutes left in the first half. They had the ball on their own 20. And on 2nd and 4 from the 20, 26 out of the no huddle. Josh McCown went to Vincent Jackson. He picked up 9 yards in the first down. They brought the ball to the 35. Still in the no huddle. Josh McCown, he fumbled it. It's recovered by Fluellen. And Fluellen recovers for Detroit. And so Fluellen was there, and now the Lions had the ball in Tampa Bay territory to begin this possession with 5 minutes left before halftime on the Tampa Bay 32 right there, as I said, in field goal range. They wouldn't pick up a first down, but as they were in field goal range, here came Matt Prater. And Prater would attempt a 46-yard field goal, and it was good. And so now the Lions were up by 2 touchdowns with the score. Detroit 17, Tampa Bay 3. And so now the Buccaneers would take over with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. They had the ball on their own 20. They were faced with a 3rd and 7 from the 23, and Josh McCown hit Mike Evans. The rookie picked up 13 yards on the reception. It was now first down on the 36 for the Buccaneers. Then on 2nd and 13 from the 33, Josh McCown went to Vincent Jackson. He picked up 50 yards, and there was a roughing the passer call against the Lions. The Lions took a timeout, and the Bucs now had a first down on the 8-yard line. It was 1st and goal. And on 1st and goal out of the shotgun, Josh McCown looking to pass. And he was intercepted by a Hidebo. But he got hit by Stocker, and Stocker forced the fumble. And now Cousins recovered for the Bucs. So there's 2 turnovers on 1 play. And now the Bucs had a first down on the 10, 1st and goal. McCown then picked up 4 yards. The pass to Murphy. And so now on 2nd and goal from the 6, McCown out of the shotgun. He was sacked by DeAndre Levy for an 8-yard loss. And that brought up 3rd and goal from the 14. McCown then scrambled for 3 yards, but a face mask penalty. A face mask penalty against Detroit on 3rd and 14. 3rd and goal from the 14. And now it was a first down for the Bucs, 1st and goal on the 5, and the Bucs got a freebie as Josh McCown hit Mike Evans for the 5-yard touchdown, although nothing is free against this Detroit Lions defense. But it was now a 7-point game with the score Detroit 17, Tampa Bay 10. And that was the final play of the first half. Actually, the way it resulted, if he did not do the face mask, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't even have been a play. I'm pretty sure that that made it to where, because you cannot end the half on a defensive penalty. So, but anyway, halftime, Detroit's up by a touchdown with the score 17-10 over Tampa Bay. So now the Buccaneers, they started off the second half with the ball first. They had it on their own 20, but they would go 3 and out. McCown was actually sacked on 2nd and 8 from the 22 by DeAndre Levy as he was having a monster game for Detroit. Dropped him for a 5-yard loss. They said 2 plays later, the punting unit came out. They punted from the 22, and now the Lions with the ball with 13 minutes on the clock in the 3rd. It was on the Detroit 39, and on first down, Matthew Stafford went to the unstoppable Megatron, Calvin Johnson Jr., for a 53-yard reception. So 53-yard reception for Megatron, and that brought the ball to the Tampa Bay 8-yard line as it was now 1st and goal. But on first down, incomplete pass. Joique Bell ran for 3 yards on 2nd and goal from the 8. Now on 3rd and goal from the 5, another incomplete pass would bring out Prater to attempt another field goal. This one from 23 yards out, and he hit the chip shot. It was up, it was good, it was in. And it was now a 10-point lead for the Lions as they led with the score Detroit 20, Tampa Bay 10. And the Buccaneers now took over with 11 minutes on the clock in the 3rd. They had it on their own 20, but they would end up going 3 and out and punting the ball from their own 23 to Detroit. So the Lions now took over on their own 38 with a little over 10 minutes on the clock. And they ended up going 3 and out as well when Stafford was sacked on 3rd and 8 from the 40 by Smith. So the punting unit came out, they punted the ball, and now Tampa Bay took over on their own 22. Less than 8 minutes on the clock in the 3rd. And then they actually would end up punting the ball after 4 plays. And so now it would end up being Detroit's ball on their own 12. Less than 6 minutes left in the third. And on first down, Matthew Stafford went to Joique Bell. And he picked up 27 yards in the first down that brought the ball to the Detroit 39. And on 2nd and 8 from the 41, Stafford went to Golden Tate for a 10-yard pass in the first down at the Tampa Bay 49. Then Matthew Stafford went to the rookie tight end Ebron for an 11-yard pass in the first down at the Tampa Bay 38. Now on 2nd and 10, Stafford went to Megatron Calvin Johnson Jr. for an 18-yard reception and a first down on the 20. Reggie Bush then ran it in. Well, he didn't run it in. He ran it 12 yards into the goal line area where it was now 1st and goal on the 8. And Joique Bell then ran for 6 yards. But then on 2nd and goal on the 2, Matthew Stafford dropped back to pass, and he was sacked by Golston. Golston dropped him for an 8-yard loss. But now, 3rd and goal on the 10. Stafford in the shotgun, and who does he find but Fauria for a 10-yard touchdown pass that extends the lead to 17 with the score Detroit 27, Tampa Bay 10. So now the Buccaneers would take over with less than 10 seconds left in the third on their own 19 after the kickoff. And Doug Martin, the muscle hamster, he ran for 6 yards and brought the third quarter to a close with the score Detroit 27, Tampa Bay 10. So now the Buccaneers would take over. Well, they didn't take over. They were on their own 25. It was 2nd and 4 to start the fourth quarter. They had an incomplete pass to make it 3rd and 4 from the 25 still. McCown to Vincent Jackson, 12-yard reception, first down on the 37. Then a pass interference call against the Lions would end up making it a first down on the Detroit 39 for the Bucs. Then McCown went to Vincent Jackson for a 13-yard pass and made a first down on the 26. And on 2nd and 10 from the 26 out of the no-huddle, Josh McCown, Mike Evans, 26-yard touchdown. And now the Bucs were within 10. And they ended up replaying it. It was challenged, but it was upheld. Yes, it was a touchdown. And the score was now Detroit 27, Tampa Bay 17. So now Detroit would get the ball on their own 42 after a 36-yard return on the kickoff by Ross. But they would end up going 3-and-out when Matthew Stafford was sacked by English for a 6-yard loss. He actually forced the fumble, but Swanson jumped on it, and out came the punting unit. So the Lions punted from the 36, and the Bucs now took over on their own 33 with about 10.5 minutes left in this game. They actually ended up going backwards when McCown went to James, and a hideable forced the fumble, but there ended up being a holding penalty, and so the Bucs ended up keeping the ball. It ended up going out of bounds on the fumble anyway. But it was now 1st and 20 because of the holding penalty on the 23. They were then faced with a 2nd and 24 from the 19 and an incomplete pass. But here's another interference call. And now it's a first down on the Detroit 43 for the Bucs. Then on 2nd and 10 from the 43, Josh McCown went to Murphy. No gain, but there was Slay. And it was an offensive pass interference this time, called against the Bucs. So a couple plays later, at this point, out will come the punting unit. From the 46, the Bucs punted the ball. They couldn't overcome the offensive pass interference, as they ended up facing the 3rd and 18 and only picking up 5. So now Detroit would take over on their own 8-yard line with 8 minutes left in this game, up by 10 points. And they gave the ball to Joique Bell. He picked up 57 yards. Oh, my God. What a run by Joique Bell. I told you he's no joke. Joique Bell. And now it was the first down for the Lions in Tampa Bay territory on the 35. And on 2nd and 10 from the 35, Stafford hit Megatron Calvin Johnson Jr. for a 13-yard pass and a first down that brought the ball to the 22. Then on 2nd and 8 from the 20, Stafford went to Megatron Calvin Johnson Jr. for a 15-yard reception and a first down, as it was now 1st and goal on the 5. Stafford dropped back and he dumped it off to Joique Bell. Touchdown! 5-yard touchdown pass. Joique Bell. It was now Detroit 34, Tampa Bay 17. So now the Bucs would take over with 5 minutes left in this game. They had it on their own 20, and on 3rd and 14, well, on first down, McCown was sacked by Joique Bell for a 4-yard loss, and on 3rd and 14 from the 16, McCown was sacked by Ndamukong for an 11-yard loss, and now it was 4th and 25 from the 5, and they punted it out of their own end zone as the Lions would now take over with 3.5 minutes left on the clock, and they were already in Tampa Bay territory on the 44 to begin this possession. They then gave it to Joique Bell a couple times. He ran for no gain, but it was all about running the clock out. They forced the Bucs to take their second timeout. They then handed off to Reggie Bush on 3rd and 10 from the 44. He picked up 5. The Bucs used their last timeout. That was the point. And now on 4th and 5, the Lions elected to go for it, and they handed it off. Bush lost a yard, tackled by Lemon. The Bucs forced the turnover on downs, but the Lions were just kind of running the clock down. And maybe hoping Bush would make some magic with his feet. But here now the Bucs had the ball on their own 40 with less than 2.5 minutes left in this game. They were then faced with a 2nd and 1 from their own 49. McCown out of the no-huddle hit Vincent Jackson for a 36-yard reception, and that brought the game to the 2-minute warning. But then 3 incomplete passes would bring up 4th and 10 from the Detroit 15. That's where they ended up after that big, huge play by Vincent Jackson, all the way to the red zone. But on 4th and 10 from the 15, McCown out of the shotgun, and he was dropped. He was sacked by none other than Fluellen, as Fluellen dropped him for the 5-yard loss and forced the turnover on downs. And all that was left to do for Detroit is Tampa Bay had no timeouts at this point. And with a minute and a half left on the clock, Matthew Stafford lined him up in the victory formation. He took 3 knees, and this game came to a close with a final score. Detroit, the Detroit, Michigan Lions 34 and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17. So the Lions with the victory, they're now 9-4 on the season, 6-1 at home. And with this victory, they're guaranteed to finish above 500 regardless. And they're right there fighting for a playoff spot, fighting for a wild card, and fighting for that NFC North division. And the Buccaneers, they're 2-11 with the loss, 2-5 on the season. And in this game, Matthew Stafford, he was 26 for 34 with 311 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Josh McCown, he was 20 for 39 with 250 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He rushed for 8 yards off of 4 carries. The game's leading rusher was Joique Bell. Joique Bell had 18 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. He also had 50 receiving yards off of 5 receptions and a receiving touchdown as well. So 2 touchdowns for Joique Bell and over 100 total yards from scrimmage. And the leading receiver in this game, by just the slightest margin, just by 1 yard, Vincent Jackson. He had 10 receptions for 159 yards. Megatron Calvin Johnson Jr., though, he had 158 yards off of 8 receptions. 2 less receptions, 1 less yard, but he had a touchdown, whereas Jackson didn't. Joique Bell, he said he had the 50 yards. Golden Tate had 4 receptions for 50 yards receiving as well. Mike Evans actually had 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 45 yards for the Bucs. And on defense, the leading tackler in this game was Danny Lansana for the Bucs. He had 8 tackles, and Ndamukong had 6 tackles, and Rasheed Mathis also had 6 tackles. They were tied to be the leading tackler for Detroit. Levy and Hidebo also had 5 tackles apiece, but there was 6 sacks for the Lions. DeAndre Levy had 2, and Ndamukong had 1, as did Ziggy and Andre Fluellen and George Johnson. They each had 1 sack, as that all combined for 6. As I said, Levy had 2. And the Bucs, they actually sacked Stafford 4 times, as it ended up being Joique Smith with 2 sacks in this game. And Willie Golston, he had 1 sack, and Larry English also had a sack as well. And as for interceptions, the only interceptions were for the Lions is Glover Quinn and James Hidebo. They each had interceptions. So the Lions win this one pretty handily, as they started off, with the first score. They went up 17-3. Bucks made it interesting, bringing it within 10. But then the Lions scored 10 unanswered before the Bucks scored again. And the Lions shut the door with that final touchdown, and they win. The final score, Detroit 34, Tampa Bay 17.